Hello there, welcome to another exciting edition of Entertainment News on Channels Television. My name is Victoria Idowu. It's great to be here. Today, we will be starting off with a look at the ongoing Lagos State Actors Guild of Nigeria election crisis. The association, which is notorious for its leadership tussle over the years, is at it again. Let's take a look at that.
The Lagos State chapter of the Actors Guild of Nigeria is still mired in controversy after two different sets of executives emerged from an election disrupted during ballot counting. Days after the election, comedian Victor Osuagwu was declared chairman by the body's Electoral Commission, a result adopted by the Guild's Board of Trustees and the national body of the Actors Guild. However, Osuagwu's counterpart, Don Pedro Agombi, was declared winner by the outgoing executives of the State Guild, led by actor Emeka Rising at a factional congress, and was sworn into office accordingly. This has now caused the Guild to have two parallel executives.
When you conduct an election and your mandate is stolen, you can just imagine what I was going through, But the State Congress came here today and said, I am the authentic, winner of that election. What they are claiming is not theirs. I won that election square and clear, and the people said it today. The people have adopted me as their chairman.
Victor Osuagwu, however, maintains that the executives led by Don Pedro Agombi is illegal and labeled its members as fraudulent.
I think the person is contravening the rules of the association. That's what I call somebody working against the progress of Actors Guild of Nigeria Lagos chapter.
Leadership tussle is not a new thing to the Actors Guild of Nigeria at the national or state level. Over the years, there have been stories of Emeka Ike versus Segun Arinze, as well as Ibinabo Fiveresima's showdown with Emeka Rollers, amongst others.
And joining us on the program today is one of the fractional chairmen of the Guild, comedian Victor Osuagwu, who speaks with Abidemi Dairo on his own side of the story. Don't go away.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor Osuagwu, for joining us here.
You're welcome.
All right, as a leader in the Actors Guild of Nigeria, the Lagos chapter, what is the current state of the association?
Well, I think for the moment there's what I call light in Actors Guild of Nigeria. Before, it's like Actors Guild of Nigeria was in the darkness. It was in the darkness, and right now we are giving it a full light. We have eliminated Actors Guild of Nigeria.
There is a parallel member of executives parading as executives of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, the Lagos chapter. How has this affected your own reign?
Well, the truth about it is that the members of Actors Guild of Nigeria Lagos chapter know that there is a duly elected new ESCO of Actors Guild of Nigeria Lagos chapter. There was a keenly contested election, which I, Victor Ifeanyichukwu Osuagwu, and my ESCO won as the new ESCO of Actors Guild of Nigeria. So if there's any other person again who is coming up on board to claim that he's a chairman or maybe he won an election, I think that's it's amazing. It's embarrassing anyway, because now let me just give you an example. The last general meeting, which was our first meeting, we had close to almost 322 members who came for the meeting. So I wonder where the other members, where they got the members who got them elected in office. We cannot be operating on a parallel line. I don't even want to give into such things, because anybody who is organizing anything parallel against the body of Actors Guild of Nigeria Lagos chapter is doing that to his own detriment.
All right, prior to the elections, what were your plans for the Actors Guild of Nigeria?
Well, to be candid with you, I came in like a passionate person. I came in because my 16 years in the industry, I watch our sense of responsibilities, sense of sensibilities, sense of creativity being eroded by some miscreants. These are the passions I have. The passion of coming to release, to relieve these people to relieve Authors Guild of Nigeria from the hands and clutches of these unwarranted human beings. These are people who never do well, who never thought, they don't think about the goodness of Authors Guild of Nigeria. I don't know what I understand. You could imagine where you are sitting and you are watching things going wrong. It took me time to convince myself whether I am capable to do this. And when the conviction came, and I concluded that yes, this is the right time now to do this, and I came in. When I came in, I said I cannot do it alone. I have to constitute an ESCO. And you saw when we are having our executive meeting here, you saw all of them. I have Buki Ogunote Oguade, who is one of the prominent stars from the Yoruba area. I have what's her name again? Moji. Moji is my PRO. I have Nathaniel. Nathaniel is my director of guild services. I have a lot of them who are sensible enough, who have come to say, okay, Victor Osawa, I want to work with you. I want to see how we can take Authors Guild of Nigeria to the next level. And we came on board.
Okay, what are the chances that maybe these controversies can frustrate you out of the office?
It's not possible. It's not possible to frustrate me out of the office. When I have a constituted ESCO, when I have almost 322 people already in attendance, and the next meeting I'm expecting to see almost 1,700 people who are ready to come, because already now people have come, a lot of people have started revalidating their membership of Authors Guild of Nigeria, because I issued a warning: if you are not a member, you are not a member. And for you to practice, for you to be on set, you must be a member of Authors Guild of Nigeria. There's no two ways about it. And all the big stars, call them the big stars, all of them have started revalidating their distance, because all of them are waiting for a good leader. All of them are waiting for a person to serve the guild. So the truth about it, nobody, I've never seen that person that can frustrate our effort to take this guild to the next position. You can see my ESCO, they are all tight. I call them tight men and women. Well intelligent. Here is too tight. I cannot go and take somebody who is porous in thinking. I cannot go and take somebody who wants to eat up Authors Guild of Nigeria. When you look at them, all of them they are paying the service. They all abandon their jobs to make sure they see me. They see Authors Guild of Nigeria to that next level that I have in mind to take it to. So the truth about it is that nobody, the more they are doing it is the more they are making themselves irrelevant. The more they are doing it is the more they are stepping, they are even digging their holes. They are digging, a big shit for themselves. I saw these people as frustrated people. And anybody who wants to join them, wants to join the frustrated group. I'm not ready to fight anybody. I'm not ready to think about them. I'm not even ready to sleep one day and think whether there's anybody existing who is running a parallel organization of Authors Guild of Nigeria. If I can have 322 people, then with the support of the Board of Trustees, with the support of the AGNEC, with the support of the national body, who again will frustrate the ESCO or me from the office? It's not possible.
So what will your next line of action be now?
I've been in this industry for 16 years. And the young man you are talking about, I don't even know him. The first time I saw him was that very day of the election. Nobody. The problem we have in the guild is that everybody was angry because how can somebody who just came from the blues and want to contest the election of Authors Guild of Nigeria? He said he was a PRO. He was a PRO for 2 years, and you could not PRO your position well. And you now want to become a chairman. Is it possible? We will not allow such a thing to happen. After being embezzling the funds of Authors Guild of Nigeria, after 2 years you could not even render any account. After 2 years you cannot even submit a document to the national body so that they can use that either to audit or to see the numerical figure of Authors Guild or the members of Authors Guild of Nigeria. Nobody submitted that, and you still want to carry over that such a failure to the present decision. It doesn't happen.
All right. Did the past executive hand it over to you formally and duly?
They were dissolved in the office because of some fraudulent and I call it fraudulent behavior. They were dissolved in office. And somebody who was dissolved in office, what do you expect the person to do? It's frustration. I don't even want them to hand over to me because it's like a winch handing over a mantle of leadership to you. Then you become a winch. If a fraudster hands over a mantle of leadership, then they are pushing me to become a fraudster. I don't even want that. The leadership was dissolved, and there was a constituted body. There was an administrator who took over the chapter for almost 4 months. After the 4 months, he organized an election, which all of us keenly contested, including my opponent. So if they are against anything, they would have started shouting "whoa, whoa, whoa" before the time of the election. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Because they were dissolved. Then you should have asked question, why were they dissolved? Can somebody just raise up again and just go straight and dissolve a whole chapter that had been existing before? There must be something behind it because they didn't do well. One, I said they didn't do well. In every facet, they did not do well. If you do well, why not submit their documents so that people can look into the documents? My opponents should be ashamed of himself. I'm telling you, you should be ashamed of yourself that after 2 years, you cannot give the Actors Guild of Nigeria a secretariat. You cannot make a file or even print a letterhead. The letterhead they are using is the letterhead they are using for their selfish reason. Writing proposals to companies, duping some companies. A lot of reports have come, even as we are on set here, a lot of reports have come to us. Some people have written a petition against them. But then, should I leave the responsibility of my new office to go and fight fraudulent people? It's not possible. If I want to fight them, if I want to probe them, where are you going to see the document? Victor Osagwu and my ESCO, we have made up our mind never ever to associate ourselves with fraudulent people.
Okay, does that mean that since the outcome of the election, you've not been in contact with Don Pedro and he has not been in contact with you?
Well, after the election, I made a pronouncement that in every election there must be a winner and a loser. But right now, all of us, let us consider ourselves as winner, but consider me as the new chairman. Let us come together, let us team together and take Actors Guild of Nigeria to the next level. We don't need to fight. We don't need to continue embarrassing ourselves on the media. No, it doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all. If you really want to take the Actors Guild of Nigeria, or if he has in mind, if he has in his heart something that is reasonable for the Actors Guild of Nigeria, we should team together, work together, and take the Actors Guild of Nigeria to the next level than you forming a parallel body. Going back to the next chairman. Okay, the chairman who handed over, I don't know, because you said he was handed over by his chairman. The same chairman was the chairman he fought. The same chairman was the chairman he wrote a petition against. He has almost 4 petitions that he wrote against his chairman. That's the same man he said that handed him over. So I don't know where he's coming from. You wrote a petition against your chairman when you were there. Then the same chairman again you are talking about is the same chairman you said that has handed over to you. And where did he hand over to you? Somebody who was dissolved handed over to you. Was he elected? No. My mantle of leadership, the office that I am in and my ESCO were handed over by the administrator, by the AGNEC officials, both national and the state. It was handed over by the board of trustees. It was handed over by the national president. So I don't know how somebody can just conclude himself, go to somewhere, statistically made himself that he is a new chairman. Who is he going to rule? Okay. 13 people or 5 people?
All right, will you be open to working with him and extending a hand of fellowship to bringing him back into the folds of the Actors Guild of Nigeria?
We are open-hearted. The office is open for all of us to work together. Even as in our executive meeting now, we've sent somebody to call him. Say, please, forget about the past and let us work together and take Actors Guild of Nigeria to the next level. We don't need to set up quarreling. We don't need to set up thuggery. We don't need to set up sentiments, bigotry, tribalism that would destroy the industry. The federal government have refused to listen to us because they have found us disunited. But right now, Victor Osagwu is here. I am not saying that I am the Messiah, but what I'm telling you that I am the John the Baptist who have come to prepare the way for the Messiah to come. So this is the right time for all of us to enjoy a good leadership, a good service for our dear association, Actors Guild of Nigeria, Lagos chapter.
All right, thank you very much.
You're blessed.
This is done.
So we'll wait to see how this will pan out. But in the meantime, we'll bring you an exclusive interview with the other fractional chairman, that's Don Pedro Agabi, next week. Now let's move on. Singer and activist Bolaji Roshiji held its Networking Gurupad Awards recently in Lagos, Nigeria. Let's take a look at that.
It was a show of color, dance and culture at the 2013 edition of the Gurupad Awards held in Lagos recently. Celebrities, both old and new, converged to honor Bolaji Rotiji, former president of PMEN and the founder of Gurupad Foundation, as he celebrated his third Gurupad Empowerment Awards.
Giant in the sun.
We had 100 Bolajis in Nigeria, and every one of them would create work for about 10,000 people. That would solve a big problem of unemployment. I love Bolaji's idea, I love his drive, and that's why I'm here, because I fully support him. And I wish him good luck. I wish that the foundation grows and grows and grows.
Models, cars, land, and so on. And in an economy where a lot of people are unemployed, it's always good to be a tune of joy to see a foundation gives a cup of water to the thirsty. So I think that's what I've done today, and it's quite
With the judging team made up of big names in the creative industry, including Kanayo, Charlie Boy, Horace Kubilike, Ramsey Noah, T-Mac, and Bright Chimize. Worthy winners were selected and carted away wonderful prizes.
I'm short of words because I don't know on this earth that one day I will be a Jeep winner.
Well, I find it difficult to. It's wholesome. It's touching. That's the way I put it. Prize is more kudos. Let them keep on empowering the less privileged.
Now it's time for a break, but before then, let's take a look at some other trending entertainment stories. The Victor Osuagwu-led executive members of the Lagos chapter of the Actors Guild of Nigeria held an executive meeting last Thursday, barely a week after a parallel group led by Don Pedro Agabi was constituted by another fraction of the guild. The guild's chairmanship controversies continues with different heads setting individual agenda.
There's only one elected inaugural committee in the Actors Guild of Nigeria, and we are the officially elected ESCO by AGNEC, and Victor Osuagwu is the chairman, Bukky Ogunnote is the vice chairperson.
The blueprint is that we are rejuvenating the Actors Guild of Nigeria, which has been in comatose. We are giving Actors Guild of Nigeria a new rebirth.
The second edition of the gospel musical reality show Destiny Child breathed with a different twist as the organizers announced the activities lined up at the press parley in Ikeja, Lagos State.
Destiny Child Gospel Music Talent Hunt Season 1 was a great kingdom success with the emergence of 6 dynamic, prolific gospel music ministers known as the Supreme Six. Supreme Six will embark on a nationwide tour tagged Product of Hope.
Another change is the addition of the gospel music is producer Woleoni to the 3 judges from the first season, Tim Godfrey, Samsung, and Uchenna.
I know without a doubt that season 2 is going to be much bigger, and more so that we have some new additions. We have new judges, we have a new host, and we have strategic plans for more publicity in terms of media and TV and radio.
And it was a night of drama, spoken words, dance and music as popular artists including Tope Alabi, Nathaniel Bassey as well as Fumi Sax headlined the 2013 edition of the Mega Cloud Bus Concert tagged Wired for Success.
It's been on since 1996. We were called to help youths and the adults and the professionals locate God's purpose for their life and to find a way of fulfilling it.
Music producer Pharrell Williams has filed a lawsuit asking a court to rule that he has not violated any trademark that Black Eyed Peas rapper will.i.am owns for the Face I Am. The lawsuit filed in a federal court said that the will.i.am, whose real name is William Adams, has repeatedly sent letters to Williams demanding he stopped using versions of the Face I Am on a website founded by williamother.com. The website, according to lawsuit, focuses on encouraging individuality through different forms of expression. Also, multiple award-winning rapper Curtis Jackson, popularly known as 50 Cent, is being charged with domestic violence and 4 counts of vandalism for attacking his ex-girlfriend and trashing her Los Angeles condo. According to the unnamed woman's account, the incident occurred in an affluent Toka Lake and resulted after an argument. Allegedly, after the arguments, Jackson began to cost an estimated $7,100 in damages in a home which included broken chandeliers, television set, furniture, and more. An interesting revelation is that the police reports that the woman and Jackson had been in a relationship for the past 3 years and had a child with the G-Unit rapper. No word from 50 Cent or his camp has been released.
Fun, inspiration, and knowledge. That's what you get from readers, writers, publishers, and the entire book world. Get some interesting reviews, events, interviews, and latest updates from the book world. The channel's book club, inspiring you one page at a time.
You're welcome back to the show. Now on the foreign scene, while so many superhero movies are going through remakes and reboots, British actor Idris Elba is leading other actors to the creation of a brand new CGI superhero flick. Have a look at that.
Director Guillermo del Toro brought his robot vs. aliens action film Pacific Rim to London for its European premiere on Thursday, July the 4th. The Mexican director's $150 million film puts a comic book spin on the end of the world with epic battles between robots and monsters with social insecurity at its core. Pacific Rim tells the story of a war on Earth between mankind and the monstrous alien creatures known as kaiju. To combat the giant monsters, a special type of weapon in the form of massive robots called Jaggers was devised. They are controlled simultaneously by 2 pilots whose minds are cinched by a neural bridge called the Drift.
We are canceling the apocalypse!
But as the enemy grows more powerful with each attack, the forces defending mankind, led by Marshal Stacker Pentecost, played by Idris Elba, are forced to turn to 2 unlikely heroes, a disenchanted former pilot, played by Charlie Hunnam, and a trainee seeking revenge, played by Rinko Kikuchi, as their last hope against the mounting apocalypse. The film's original script and its director were what attracted actor Idris Elba to this project.
We're seeing a lot of remakes, a lot of reboots. This script is actually original, and you know, the history of kaiju versus robot is an old one, but you know, Guillermo has put his spin on it.
The British star, whose breakthrough role on HBO's cult show The Wire as Stringer Bell, the lieutenant of a Baltimore drug cartel, made him a familiar face on both sides of the pond. With drama, sci-fi, and even comedy under his belt, the Golden Globe winner's next challenge is to portray one of the most recognized and admired men alive, Nelson Mandela.
It's an honor. I've played the role, I've made the film is getting ready to be shown later on this year, and it was an absolute honor for me to do it, completely.
Leading the film cast is actor Charlie Hunnam, best known for his starring role in the TV series Sons of Anarchy.
It's very exciting, you know. I always dreamed of just working with, you know, the best filmmakers working out there, and Guillermo's certainly one of them, so it's really exciting to be in this movie, and obviously exciting to bring it home.
He said the most excruciating part of the filming was to operate the mechanism that allows pilots to operate Jagger, but his co-pilot Rinko Kikuchi seemed unfazed by the challenge.
It was like being on an elliptical for 14 hours a day while wearing this really heavy suit and really, really hard. And all these guys that thought they were so tough, you know, were just like crying like babies in there. And Rinko was just so calm. I would look over and she would just be sitting so calm. And I'd be like just fantasizing about sneaking back at night and burning the whole place down. I was so mad being stuck in there.
The Japanese actress, who received an Oscar nomination for her performance in the 2006 drama Babel, said she very much enjoyed working with Hanman and the rest of the cast.
It was great. They really helped me, and then they really took care of me, and they were looking out for me, making sure I was okay. So I was so happy to work with them.
At the end of our time, we have chosen to believe in each other.
A self-proclaimed lover of monsters and giant robots, director Guillermo del Toro said Pacific Rim was his attempt to create a spectacle for the whole family.
The movie wanted to be an adventure movie that went back to the adventure movies I saw as a kid, to try to bring that genre and that sense of scope and awe to a new generation of film goers. So hopefully the family can go to the movie with the kids and you know, have a great time without worrying about the movie being laden with a horrible nihilistic message, but actually a very humanistic message.
Pacific Rim opens in theaters on July the 12th.
And that's a stop for today. Thank you so much for staying with me. My name is Victoria Idowu. For more on the entertainment news, you can log on to channelstv.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Victoria Idowu. Thank you for staying with us.